Kono up in Sky 5 been following this pursuit. Mark, what can you tell us so far?
Glenn, Jessica, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, this is a stolen vehicle. It's actually not a van. It's an SUV. It's a white Dodge Durango that was apparently spotted out of LAPD's Southwest Division. Now, this pursuit, I believe it was initiated after officers ran a plate that came back stolen, and they attempted a stop. We understand one female driver in the vehicle. We do not know if there are any additional occupants inside the vehicle at this point, but at least one female driver here, a stolen vehicle. This actually began in downtown, and as it got on the freeway, got on the 110 southbound, and made their way over towards the 105. So now here we are joining the 710 southbound, coming out of, well, the Linwood area here and heading down towards Long Beach now. Traveling at a very high rate of speeds, driving very erratically by reports that we have heard. And again, there you go, driving away at very high rates of speed southbound on the 710 freeway, just coming up on Alondra, heading down towards Rosecrans, heading down towards Alondra. So I'm going to hand it over to you so I can talk to Long Beach Tower, and I'll be right back with you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. Again, this is a Dodge Durango, a female driver behind the wheel. The vehicle stolen somewhere in the downtown Los Angeles area. She took off with police in pursuit on the 110 southbound. She then went on the 105 east and is now on the 710 southbound and running into a little more traffic now. But again, the black and white units behind us, we at this point don't really have any idea if this was, if hot wired carjacking or what. Yeah, very few details other than a stolen vehicle. Like Mark mentioned, ran the plates officers did on this Dodge Durango and realized it was a stolen vehicle, and hence the pursuit. And that's what we're watching right now. Looks like she's getting off either at exit 9A there. And like you said, Glenn, the fact that when you encounter traffic, which a lot of times can happen, especially once you get off the freeway, that poses a whole different set of challenges. Okay, so this pursuit now will continue on surface streets. She is looped around, is now going on some street. We don't have the identity. They're right behind her. On the overpass above that freeway, and they've stopped now, and no, she's not going to stop. She's going to take off. Of course, all of this is taking place on a day when law enforcement resources here in Southern California are stretched pretty thin because of that massive manhunt for former LAPD officer Christopher Dorner, who has shot and killed that young couple in Irvine on Sunday night. Of course, his motive for this is all revenge against the Los Angeles Police Department. That one victim, Monica Kwan, her dad was a captain who was an advocate in a hearing that led to his dismissal. And, of course, two other officers in Riverside shot this morning, one of them fatal, and also an officer in Corona. Meantime, life goes on in Los Angeles and in Southern California, and this is the kind of thing we see every day, but not a lot of resources to have to deal with something like this. You make a very good point. That is true. I mean, this is something that certainly takes officers away from what they were doing or what they need to do. And a very strenuous, stressful situation for officers as well, because they don't know what's going on inside the vehicle as far as this person goes. Mark Kono, we know you're back with us in Sky 5. What can you tell us? Where is she at currently? What street are we on?
Paramount, Jessica, Paramount. You saw them get off. You saw this woman get off the freeway on the 710 South right at Alondra. They made their way across over the freeway eastbound on Alondra. Now we are northbound on Orange, just about a block away from Alondra here, making our way through Paramount now, again northbound, so moving away from the Long Beach area here. Now, from what we understand, this thing initiated out of the downtown area here. She was on surface streets. Police ran the plates, came back stolen, and so they attempted a following for a while, and at the point where they felt comfortable in making a traffic stop, they lit her up, and again, there she goes, failure to yield, and the pursuit was on. Now, for a time, she was on surface streets. Okay, she's turning west, and this may be just one major south of Rosecrans. We'll try and get a street for you here, but turning west over towards the freeway once again from Orange. Now, again, traveling on surface streets in the downtown area, she got on the 110 freeway south, exited on Century, and was on surface streets for for a while, traveling through the Willowbrook area now. At some point, she got on the 105 eastbound and then the 710 south, and that's right about where we picked this pursuit up. This is a pursuit of a stolen vehicle here, a white Dodge Durango. We understand at least one female suspect here, possibly the only occupant in the vehicle, just now crossing over the 710 freeway here. Again, this is one major between Rosecrans and Alondra, heading in towards the Compton area now. We'll be coming up on Alameda in a couple of blocks here, but now we are on surface streets. This pursuit has taken us on surface streets as well as freeway, you know, driving at very high rates of speed, but then you see her stopping, you know, for red lights and just coming up on Atlantic right now. So she, you know, seems to be obeying some of the rules of the road there and not others. And so right at Atlantic, where we have a red light and LAPD officers are behind her, she doesn't appear to be willing to comply at this time, although she is at a stop right here on this street here. We'll try and get the cross, but it's right at Atlantic on the west side of the 710 freeway on surface streets, and now turning northbound on Atlantic. And so this route will take her northbound through Compton and up towards the Linwood area here. In about a mile or so, she's going to be coming up on the let's call it the 105 freeway, but if she makes it that far, she can always opt to make a right turn over on Rosecrans and head over towards the freeway again. So we'll see what the driver of this vehicle attempts to do. So driving at a very high rate of speed without any regard. She's coming up on an intersection here. That's going to be Atlantic and Rosecrans, and it looks like, okay, cutting through the gas station here, cutting through the gas station there, getting by traffic, and now eastbound on Rosecrans. So eastbound on Rosecrans in a couple of blocks, she is going to be coming up to the 710 freeway once again, and maybe that's her intent to get back on the freeway. We just don't know at this point. It does appear that she is kind of making circles around this general vicinity here, but again, a stolen vehicle suspect driving at a very high rate of speed, very erratically at times, and just now coming up towards the 710 freeway. It looks like she has passed by the 710 south on-ramp, so that is not going to be an option for her at this point, but she can opt to take the northbound freeway, and that's what she's coming up on right now. And it looks like, yeah, she in fact is going to be taking the northbound 710 right here from Rosecrans, and right away she'll have an option to pick up the 105 east and westbound or continue north on the 710 freeway. We'll kind of see the direction this pursuit takes us, but yeah, again, rejoining the freeways. Guys?
Mark, is there any information that this female driver is armed and dangerous, and did she in fact, you know, steal this vehicle herself, maybe late this morning, early this afternoon?
Five's on the south side here, 60. You know, no information, no information relating to whether or not she may be armed or dangerous at this point. So far as we know right now, this only comes back as a stolen vehicle, and so, you know, that being the case, it's, you know, kind of no wonder that she's fleeing at this point, trying to get away from officers here. Now, it looks like she has stayed on the 710 freeway and has just gone under the 105, so she has opted to go through the Linwood area, northbound on the 710 freeway. Of course, she'll be coming through the communities of Southgate here shortly, Bell Gardens, Cudahy, and so northbound on the 710 freeway. Traffic on the northbound side of the 710 is moderate at this point. There's not a whole lot of heavy traffic. There is a little bit of volume on the freeways. Obviously, she is traveling at a very high rate of speed, able to weave in and out of lanes and move by traffic fairly easily, and that just seems to be the case as far as I can tell over the next 3 to 4 miles at this point. Just coming up on Imperial now and possibly exiting here on Imperial Highway. And if this is the case, yeah, it does seem like a possibility that she is kind of circling the same sort of area here, but we'll see what she does here. Does she get off the freeway here? And it certainly looks like she's preparing to. We have not confirmed that, but no, she is just going to take the thruway and continue northbound on the 710 freeway right past Imperial. The next exit, of course, is going to be Firestone. The next one past that is going to be Florence, and it looks like she's kind of tailgating a car in a slower lane there. That car's moving off to the right shoulder. And now 100 volume here on the 710 freeway north. She will be able to, you know, weave in and out of traffic and dodge a lot of this stuff as she pleases. It doesn't seem to get in that left lane of traffic here, coming up on slower traffic, kind of weaving in and out there, and so traffic. I think some of these vehicles are sensing what's coming up on slower traffic that is waiting to exit at Firestone, and it appears that she has kind of relegated herself to the, she is for some reason traveling at a lower rate of speed, and we'll see what she decides to do. At this point, she's just now coming up to the top of the Firestone off-ramp and now moving into that at Firestone, and the next exit beyond that is going to be Florence. Now, looking up ahead at traffic conditions again, traffic is moving fairly light at this point, a little bit less volume than what we just saw leading up from the 105 up to Firestone. So traffic is very light from what I can tell from Firestone up to Florence and up towards, let's say, Slauson. So now speeds are picking up. She's in that second lane of traffic, moving at, again, a very high rate of speed. We do have a couple of big rigs up on the right-hand side, but she is kind of moving freely in those left two lanes of traffic at a very high rate of speed. Guys?
Sometimes what we notice with pursuits and when people go on these chases, it's sometimes when they're looping around and around, it happens to be their neighborhood or an area that they're very familiar with. This area, is it the Southgate neighborhood that we're seeing this vehicle in right now?
You know what, I missed your question. Someone was talking to my ear, but I think you're looking for a location, basically, Jessica. We are northbound on the 710, just passing Florence, so that's going to put us in the Cudahy area, Southgate area here, northbound on the 7. So northbound on the 710 freeway here, again traveling very fast, number 3 lane of traffic there being pursued. The next exit is going to be Atlantic Bandini, which would put her right smack in the middle of the city of Commerce here. So we'll see if that is an option that she chooses for. If not, she can 710. We'll kind of see. So far, not the case. Just coming up on the city of 5, what looks like the number 3 to 4 lane of traffic. They're weaving in.
We'll try to get that information for you if that is indeed the CHP that are picking up that this pursuit. But again, you can see high speeds now approaching the 5 freeway. Now this is where that traffic is going to get a little bit heavy here. Staying on the committed to the 710 northbound at this point. That motor officer there right behind the suspect vehicle, a stolen vehicle out of Southwest Division of LAPD, and now it's transitioning here. Let's see which way it might be exiting the freeway here. It might be Olympic, going right through that light, really fast there, through that light. A very dangerous situation there. And again, northbound here, we'll try to get you the road. Yeah, we're right turn eastbound. Oh, it might be coming to an end here. Whittier Boulevard here, just off of, we believe, Ford Street. Guns drawn here. The LAPD, along with the motor officers there, we believe that might be from the CHP officers here. Suspect getting out of the car and just coming to her knees there at this point. So it looks like this pursuit is over. This suspect is listening to officers, their commands, and doing exactly what she's being told, but it looks like it is a female driver. And officers will make the approach on the vehicle once they feel that car is secure. Once this driver is in custody, they're making the suspect walk forward. So far, she's complying with the officers. And we'll see if another person comes out of that car once she gets on the ground. Now, the next step is for the officers to command anybody in that car to exit the vehicle. But at this point, we're not seeing that. Yeah, Sandra. Yeah. they're going to check and clear that vehicle to make sure there's nobody else in that vehicle. They're going to open the back there, and there you go. They're checking all the doors, all the compartments there, and showing that it's empty there. Code 4, no one else in the vehicle. So it was just the driver at this point, and they're going to now move in and make the arrest on that female driver. But as you said, Kent and Sandra, a crazy pursuit, a very high-speed pursuit. It's come to an end here in the East LA area on Whittier Boulevard, just east of the 710 freeway here in the East LA area. Nice job, Brian. I understand that our night side crews are coming in early, so I don't know if you want to make that swap out or if you want us to stay active until they're on scene. From what I understand,